Hello everyone, and welcome to Our New Horizons. Here on the channel, we are back on our island home of True North and Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch. And as you've come to expect, we are going to show off everything that we've created in a celebration of not just the holidays, but also the new DLC, Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise. And to start, we actually have some stuff to enjoy with the November 5th update in the game, which added Brewster and his Roost Cafe into the museum. So, our pigeon boy, he is back, and thank God for that. Very excited about that. Here you go, 1 cup of the house special, drink up and enjoy. But yes, for this DLC, we used my character Lee, and we actually split up the house decorating chores 50-50 between Colton and I. We only bought the DLC once, which was part of the N64 online expansion pack. So we got a really good financial deal out of it, being big Animal Crossing fans. As you can see, our first home that we decorated was Eloise, which I believe was everybody's first villager, actually. And then we moved on to Vesta, who wanted something a little more themed to the holidays. So we obliged. I believe I decorated Eloise, and Colton decorated Vesta's home. And then moving on, we next decorated Vivian, the wolf. She showed up on the beach just like the other past 2 villagers. That is one way that you can recruit people to decorate their homes on the archipelago that Lottie, Nico, and Wardle are working at. And then you join them as a part-timer, as a design consultant. And it really is just an excuse to design themed homes like this gym that Vivian wanted. But you can also buy souvenir chocolates and give them to your villagers back home. For us, we invited Kyle from True North first, and I believe I decorated his place. And we gave him kind of a celestial nightclub kind of look over here, which is very fun. Yes, and we really had a lot of time relaxing with this game. You can also decorate the villagers' front yards as well. So here's our first look at that. I had quite a fun time doing this over the past 2 months. It's been a long endeavor. It's been a very girthy DLC. So if you're into Animal Crossing, especially the decorating portion, you should really pick it up. And then we moved on to Colton's favorite villager, Tia, giving her a tea party palace with all of the confections that you could hope to expect. And obviously, I have married Tia in this scenario. I'm in my bathrobe on Christmas morning. It's really a nice life that we share together. And then we actually picked up another new villager for the next home, and that is, I think, Blanche. Blanche is the school teacher, the ostrich over there, but at the same time, you are expected to design facilities on your main island. So first up for us was Chapman High School, which we named after Chapman State Park, which is where we got married in real life this year. So here's a look at our school. Our residents of the archipelago are getting taught all the basic subjects that they need. But Blanche herself needed a home as well, and she wanted to loom large. So I believe Colton prepared this for her, and it's looking pretty awesome. And as you can maybe notice so far, we start off with more basic homes, but then we're able to increase the space in each home. We get to polish furniture for different effects, get to add partition walls, counters, and all of these other new features that they've added into the game thus far. And continuing our decorations of our favorite villagers, we brought Rolf to our archipelago and designed him a little beach retreat, which is in stark contrast to the winter abode that he has on our own island. He is a snow tiger after all. But he wanted a little bit of a vacation, and that's what the villagers want. They might not want exactly the same thing that they have on their own island. They might want something completely different that they're not used to. But he's still got the winter outside. And as you can see, you can go as all out as you want on the decorations of both the interiors and the exteriors. Depending on how much you do, you can put several hours into the designs of each and every one of your villagers' vacation homes. But the new update isn't just for the DLC. There's actually Harv's Island, which you can invite long-standing, very important characters from the series history, including Katrina, the fortune teller. And she will give you a fortune each day, depending on your luck. It could be either good or bad, for your health, for your money, all different types of luck. But she also gives out items to purify you if you didn't have the best spell of luck. And over here, I had to give my girlfriend Amelia an awesome home. Went for some earthy tones and wanted to hang these birds and the vines from the ceilings. Hanging things from the ceilings is also a new feature, and it's one that I quite enjoy as well. But as you can see, I was trying to work out this partition wall and see what kinds of creative things with symmetry that I could do with it for Amelia. And then here's her front yard, and you can actually change the time of day and the season for each one of your designs. You're not really governed by the same rules of law and nature that you are on the normal island, unless you change your internal switch clock, which we don't do. But Happy Home Paradise is a little bit more freeing in that regard, so if you're into that, definitely might give you the freedom that you have been wanting in Animal Crossing. And then Sydney, the koala, wanted a working vacation home, so that is something that Colton was able to give her, a little home away from home office. And Sydney is a character that I think I've seen around before, but I haven't really gotten to know a little bit. And the Happy Home Paradise DLC is a really good way of getting to know all these other villagers, because there's over 500 villagers in the Animal Crossing series, I believe, at this point. The most recent update adding, I believe, a couple new dozen as well. And this is O'Hare, the chocolate brown bunny rabbit, whom I first met in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp on mobile devices. And before New Horizons came out, I was actually playing Pocket Camp quite a bit, and O'Hare was one of my early recruits in my Pocket Camp game. But yeah, now I get to see him in the flesh in New Horizons in HD, which is very exciting. And then over here, we're already celebrating designing 10 homes. I believe at this point, Colton had decorated 5, and I had also decorated 5, and we kept that an even split all the way through the Happy Home Paradise campaign. But yes, cheers, a toast to all of our hard work at Happy Home Paradise. This is basically a video portfolio of all of the designs that Colton and I have done together. And I guess to some extent, Lottie, Nico, and Wardle. Lottie is a character originally from a Happy Home Designer for the 3DS, but Nico and Wardle are brand new. And it's cool to see some new faces, as well as the old, in the Animal Crossing series. Having some sort of beach commune out here in the middle of the night. But that's something that I really enjoy, is that for almost 2 years straight, 2020 and 2021, Animal Crossing New Horizons has given us all so many countless hours of just escapism, and a really cute version of it at that. And so I had to bring our New Horizons out of retirement for this special video. And moving into our 11th villager, we have Hamfrey, which is someone that Colton recruited for and designed for. We gave him a smokehouse of sorts. He wanted to cure his beef and his bacon in a stone fortress out in the wilderness, and that's what we gave him. Ignore the axe in the back of the room. And then moving on, well, I think one of my favorite designs that I did was Pashmina. She was all into flowers, and then I realized that with the polishing effect, you could add butterflies around said flower arrangements, and I think that just kind of pulled the whole room together, and it was really nice and cozy, and this one was a lot of fun for me. But yeah, we've already done a dozen villagers, shown off what we've been able to decorate for them, but now we're actually going to take a little bit of a break after we show her front yard here, because there were a few other things that happened in the past couple months that I thought would be nice to show off in this video of our New Horizons. Oh yes, and then our next facility was a cafe, which I named Lee's Place after my character. Just kind of a very cozy, hole-in-the-wall aesthetic over here. You can actually change the color of the lighting. So I was trying for a more violet hue for the interior lighting of this establishment, which I think worked to a pretty good result over here. Definitely sets the mood in a lot different way. And then, now, I'm going to show you the island of my friend Bobby. Bobby is a friend that I actually met at E3 2019 when we were in line to play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So him and his wife Sonia have an island together, and they've been playing for 2 years as well. But this was the first time I had actually been able to see his plays. And Lucky is greeting us. And she is a longtime villager. She's been in since the original game, I believe. But yes, Bobby's island is named Eventide, after the island in the southeast quadrant of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But he's got a lot going on, lots of exterior decorations. So for the next 10 minutes or so, is really just something that I wanted to show off, because I think it's all pretty neat. He wasn't really prepared for me to visit and tour his island per se, but there were a lot of things that I thought looked fantastic already, and we were actually meeting in exchange for crops. We needed wheat. That's another thing that this game has added, is farming and cooking. However, if you don't get lucky and Leaf is selling wheat, then you won't be able to cook 90% of anything in the game. Also, we have gyroids back in the game, and they are better than ever. They're all uniquely decorated. They have different rhythms that they dance to. They're way better than they have ever been in the series before, so I think it was absolutely worth the wait that we got new and improved gyroids. Before, they really were just different shapes and sizes of the same design with a swap in color palette, but now they all have different shapes and designs and sound effects. They really went the extra mile with the gyroids in this game. But here on Bobby's Island of Eventide, we're just kind of touring the beaches, and we're going to go back into the neighborhood as well. Again, just kind of I really admire the street layout that some of my friends give their villagers, because we just kind of populated them all over the place. We have more of a natural approach on True North as to where we put people's real estate. But I do like this version of placing your villagers as well. Kind of makes it a little bit more civilized, and that's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want in decorating and placing your villagers on your island. And then, a little bit of a spoiler alert for Happy Home Paradise if you want to just be surprised about what you get at the end of the game. However, I will tell you that if you decorate all 30 homes necessary to beat the DLC, you will get the ability to redesign your villagers' homes on your own island. So that's kind of a nice perk that we actually just unlocked, and you'll see towards the end of this video. But here's the interior of Bobby's home. A nice little Asian aesthetic here that I think is pretty popular, and it's really funny to me because early on in the GameCube days, Animal Crossing was kind of weird to most people, and they didn't have as much of that Japanese items and furniture, but now they really celebrate that a lot more, and I think that's very good of Nintendo to do, because we are also all into that aesthetic as fellow gamers and nerds and purveyors of culture, and I'm glad that they embrace that in the Animal Crossing series. Really like Bobby's bedroom here. He's kind of rocking a lot of neat knickknacks and such. He's also got a lot of storage rooms, so this is his ship deck aquarium, which I thought was just a neat little showcase of a lot of the different aquatic creatures that you can catch in the game. And the renderings of the sea creatures on the wall, also a very nice touch. Here in the basement, we have somewhat of an art storehouse. Very fine art, very fine. And so if you're needing any extra art, you better hit him up, because he's got a lot of extra stuff. Thankfully, it is easier to get art from Crazy Red, because he's on Harv's Island, so you should see him at least once a week, and he will be cycling out every Monday, the kinds of stuff that he sells. Sometimes he doesn't show up on your island very often, so this was a welcome change. But yeah, carrots, pumpkins, sugar, potatoes, wheat, and tomatoes. Those are the 6 main types of crops. which is very nice. There's 6 main types of fruit in the game as well, and you'd be surprised at how many cooking combinations that actually equates to. There's really quite a lot to create. There's hundreds of recipes, just like there are hundreds, if not several thousands, of DIY crafting projects. So cooking is actually a really massive thing that they added to the game. Really welcome update. And if you haven't played Animal Crossing New Horizons in a few months, a lot of this stuff, other than the designing DLC, was free and added automatically. So if you haven't played in a while, absolutely we encourage you to go back, visit your islands again, talk to those villagers that you've been neglecting, and also just really get to experience all the things that they added, because it's almost like a game on top of a game at this point. There's nearly nothing in the series as a whole that isn't in New Horizons at this point, so it's really just the most complete and awesome Animal Crossing game I think that we've ever had, and part of that is owed to how popular it's become and how well it sold, I think, last year, and they just had the time and the resources to add a whole lot of extra content. But back to the Happy Home Paradise segment of this video, we actually bought some of the Series 5 amiibo cards, and as such, we got access to Petrie, the mouse. She's very science themed and actually reminds us a lot of our friend in real life, Becca, and we told her as much, and she and her fiance agree. So this is just Becca, and we actually have her living on True North now as well. She is so cute. Absolutely love her. This is her front yard, and we were able to do a lot of cute things with her. She's one of the new villagers that's just been added this year, but she's not the only one. There's another really popular villager that's been getting a lot of traction online, and before we show them off, we actually have to show off our next facility, which is the restaurant, which we named the Midnight Prowl. And of course, in the back, you gotta start with your kitchen. And again, having all the space to decorate at our own free will is really, really enjoyable. And you just kind of get to have a lot of creativity that before you don't necessarily have, because you're constrained by how big your house is. But Happy Home Paradise doesn't really have that problem. And over here, I think we really pulled together a nice dining area for the restaurant. Super nice. And Colton designed this restaurant, so all the props go to him on this one. And another little nice touch are the animations. You can see the villagers chatting it up together. They'll actually talk across the tables to each other as well. Just really neat attention to detail, and as you can see, they are enjoying themselves. And that's what it's all about. It's time for a vacation home. And they really expanded the Happy Home Designer game on 3DS to its fullest potential, and they made Happy Home Paradise several times better. And I liked Happy Home Designer for what it was several years ago, but this is even better. And you can decorate for the new class of villagers, and that does include Sasha. Sasha is basically one of the first confirmed transgender characters in Nintendo games. I think with a couple other villagers as well in the new pack, which is just really cool. We gave Sasha a celestial makeover here, which is really fun. Definitely something that we enjoyed doing. We actually just found Sasha on the beach one day randomly, and then had to design for Sasha because we just happened to stumble across Sasha, which I think is a really awesome thing. You never know what villager you're going to find each day on the beach, and we were definitely getting a good luck of the draw for several days in a row here. Later on in the video, we actually pull more DLC cards or amiibo cards and get them in the game, because that's another way that you can decorate for different characters and villagers, including the very important characters, the ones that aren't villagers but are like Tom Nook and the Able Sisters, and you can decorate for them as well as long as you have their amiibo and enough time has passed in the Happy Home Paradise DLC campaign. But yeah, time for liftoff for Sasha. And then back at the restaurant, you can actually use these facilities to recruit more people to design for. So over here we have Mallory, the duck, and well, You see, I've reached the point in my life where I'm quite successful and I'd like to enjoy a vacation home. She is wanting to live it up. She needs to be pampered, and that was basically my impetus for like, okay, how much can I do for Mallory? Can I make her have the most lavish home as I possibly can? But I wanted the interior of her home to be a little bit grounded and have the symmetry of space and color for this more Asian-inspired aesthetic. You have the bath and the sauna over there on the left, but over here on the right, you have your sitting area and your sushi platter. And I just really enjoyed mixing red and green together. This was still November, so I wasn't quite in the Christmas spirit yet, but I think subconsciously I was, which I think probably ended up being one of the favorite homes that I designed. Pashmina and Mallory, I think I did really good homes for the two of them. And I think Colton and I just got better at interior designing through Happy Home Paradise. It's actually some good practice, I think, in just kind of understanding the art of design and placement and spacing, especially considering there is like near limitless resources you can pull from your entire catalog of items for decorating, and it's just really, really neat. This is the exterior of Mallory's home, and with Mallory, I believe we're exactly halfway through the designs of our villagers' homes. You need to complete 30 homes and all 5 facilities in order to quote-unquote beat Happy Home Paradise, and that was our goal. But we had to do it together, because if you're just one person, that'd take a long time. Again, Colton and I split the work 50-50. And then over here, I believe we have Wolfgang, and he wanted a little bit more of a rockin' palace. Another cool thing is that there are different biomes in the archipelago, from the tundra to the desert, to the autumn territory, to the beaches in the summer, and you get to place anyone wherever you see fit as the designer. It is really neat. As you can see, he's got a little desert concert going on out here, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice. A little bit of a concert for Wolfgang. There's no audience here quite yet, but he is going to be rocking it out here just about now. Well sung, Wolfgang, well sung. And then over here, this was our introduction to the concept of roommates. They actually force one of your previous homes to have an added roommate, so we added Aurora, the penguin, to Vesta's home, kind of expanded that a little bit. But before we continue decorating further, we actually had some friends over for Thanksgiving on Turkey Day. So these are the characters of Brandon and James trying to molest the mannequin that I set out on the beach. So behold, we actually had some fun, did some mini games, recruited them to dig up the flowers. I deflowered our island because I wanted there to be a lot of open space during the winter months. It was worth it though. We had a lot of fun trapping each other and just generally participating in some tomfoolery. But yeah, that's one way to celebrate the holidays. Hop on Animal Crossing with your friends and family. The day I'm posting this is Toy Day, which we also showed off in a vlog last year where we showed off all the holidays really. And it was just a nice way to kind of participate vicariously in those family activities, even if we couldn't all be in person. But for their help and for their fellowship, I gifted Brandon, James, and Trevor some items, and as Brandon always loves to fish, I gave him my fish wand, so I know he appreciated that a lot. Moving on to decorating, Colton decorated the home for Quinn, another new villager to the game, and he wanted a place to express himself, so we added a lot of apparel, and photography is something that we really wanted to emphasize as one of his hobbies. So that's why he has posters of all the other villagers that we had recruited thus far, because he, in our headcanon, is the photographer behind all of these posters that you can get in the game. Outside, we're showcasing some pride with our flowers, and Quinn's got a pretty nice front yard, I think, and Colton did a really good job on that. I can't say it enough. Thanks again. Anything you need? I'm heading back. Cool. You're always welcome to hang out here, but you already knew that. Listen closely. Do you hear the world's sounds, the waves breaking as the wind chases them ashore? The sound of bird song can connect you to nature just by listening. If you allow the sounds of nature to surround you, then peace and relaxation can be yours. I believe that I am going to head back now. Will you meet me here again sometime, my friend? Oh yes, Wardle. Wardle actually just unlocked sound effects for us, which you can add to the ambience of the homes that you design. So you're continuously unlocking features as you progress through Happy Home Paradise. Next, I went all out on the home for Ione, the squirrel, and kind of gave her a majestic Greek palace for which to enjoy her solitude. But again, a really cool design that I wouldn't have been able to really make without the DLC, because a lot of these furniture items are super, super expensive. But you don't have to worry about costs in the DLC. And then there's actually a little bit of a sizzle reel that you get every time that you finish a home that the game makes up for you. I opted to show most of these homes by me just panning around the interiors. However, sometimes they look really nice, so I wanted to show off at least one of those here with Ione. But sometimes they pan like behind furniture and other items, and it looks a little awkward. But yeah, I also volunteered to be Ione's butler for eternity, I suppose. And I think that kind of accented the look with me all dressed up in a suit. But yeah, I really liked meshing the gold and the light blue here. I think it kind of had a nice effect. She's got a little art gallery going on. Definitely one of the more extravagant homes that we decorated for our villagers here. And then in the outside, she's got kind of these palace ruins going on with some fallen stars. Just kind of pulling it all together and making it seem a bit pompous, but also very regal, and all kind of fitting together for Ione over here. And then Colton, he took a different approach with Antonio, the anteater, as he wanted a stronghold. So that kind of meant to Colton that Antonio was a mob boss, and who has maybe one too many dark secrets as he is plotting his stalking mission of Sasha. Kind of concerning, but that's what we went for, and we stand by that. Zell, on the other hand, actually a previous resident of True North, wanted a lavish hotel. So I went about decorating a hotel for Zell. Hotel for Zell. And then Colton and I kind of collaborated on this one because we didn't do too many two-story homes, because that also unlocks as you go through the DLC. But for a hotel, we thought it was very important to do so. So we created a lobby, and then we created his master suite on the second floor, which I think turned out pretty awesome. Again, you have a lot of different freedoms with what you can design in Happy Home Paradise. And he's got everything that a deer could want, I think, including a bathtub in the shape of a bull. That's 20 homes designed. We are 2/3 of the way there, taking a little detour to celebrate Kyle's birthday yet again on December 6th. And he's my favorite villager, so I always got to celebrate Kyle's birthday any chance that I get, which is once a year. So I don't believe we've actually shown off Roswell on a video yet. He is a new villager that we had for a time on True North. Has the same personality type as Kyle and Kurlos, but has a really cool color scheme. So definitely one of my favorite alligator villagers here. Moving back to the decorating, home number 21 belongs to Daisy, and she wanted to have Santa Claus's favorite house for the holidays. So Colton went about creating that as pitch perfectly as he could. And this is great timing now that we can celebrate Christmas through the YouTube. and we can show off Daisy's home, and hopefully Santa will visit it later tonight. Now it's time to check out the inside for the cute little puppers, and we have kind of a log cabin, very cozy here on the inside. You got a fireplace, you have a Christmas tree, you have milk and cookies. We got it all decked out. It's basically a Norman Rockwell painting, and I think Santa Claus is going to come to this house after all. And we're decorated with toys and stockings, and really very cozy. Very cozy. Got to have our pumpkin roll, or whatever cheese, cream cheese filling dessert that is. And then I don't know why I had to do Stitches. I think Stitches came to us. We didn't have a choice, because I wouldn't normally choose to decorate for Stitches. But I took on the challenge, and I created something very colorful and bombastic for Stitches. One of the 3 amiibo cards that everyone got if you bought Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which I wouldn't really recommend unless you're an amiibo completionist like myself. They actually sell that Isabelle and Digby 2-pack separately these days, though. So if you were patient, you didn't have to buy that terrible, terrible Wii U game. Because people wanted this at the time. But we got this 6 years later, so it's fine. And my first snowman of the winter season was a success. And I really just wanted to document that. And a little humble brag there. Because it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Then my next home was Gwen the penguin. She wanted a trendy spa, so I think I provided that. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too crazy, but was something that was pretty fun to put together here. Now we started doing our main characters. Colton's favorite main character is Kix, the man who sells us the shoes, the socks, the handbags, and all of that. This is Kix, by the by. He thought we were a telemarketer, a scammer, but he was into it. We had to convince him. But I think Colton really wanted to give him a shop that was separate from his main storefront, kind of have a storehouse, if you will. He's got a Vespa. He must have watched Luca earlier this year. And then this is where he keeps all of his stuff. Kix, of course, is a fiend for shoes and socks. And so I think Colton represented that as well as his love for his trusty boomerang. And I feel like all Australian-inspired characters, they must have a boomerang somewhere on hand. You never know when you might need one. And then our next facility was on the list. I went ahead and decorated the hospital. So this is our waiting room. Stitches is the receptionist, which I thought was appropriate. However, Amelia took on the duty of sitting at the receptionist's desk. So I think this hospital, Owl's Heart, as we named it, is a little mismanaged, to be frank. Vesta has also been having a bad time. Lots of tummy aches. And then back here, we have our doctor. Turns out to be Daisy. Daisy is a doctor. She has a PhD. She is just an expert at healing all wounds. But yeah, we wanted this hospital to be a little cozier than your average hospital. And just kind of put you at ease. And what better doctor to do that than Daisy herself? Moving on to the homes. Next up was Audie, whom we invited from True North, and she wanted to be the DJ. And so we gave her that power, had to play the new Hatsune Miku inspired KK Slider song, because it is one of the best. It is excellent. Moving on, another villager that I first met in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. But first, Wardle wants to speak to us yet again. What are your thoughts on the sounds of life? Do you enjoy lively sounds as much as I do? The rustling of cities, of forests, and of the folks who live in both? Ah, all the sounds of life upon the face of the world. I hope that you find them as nice as I do. But yes, another villager that I had in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp was Celia, the eagle. She is pretty sweet. She's got a very cute light green design, and Colton gravitated to her as his last normal villager that we decorated for. At this point, we had decorated 26 homes, so we only had the final 4 to go. And we'll continue decorating even after this video. There are some islanders on True North that I want to make vacation homes for, and then there's always the nice amount of amiibo cards and figures that we have that we can recruit and decorate for as well. But as opposed to Eloise, who wanted a normal reading residence, Celia wanted a refined reading residence, and that's what we gave her. I like the light blue contrasting off the dark blues and the purples. Turned out really well. But Colton is not just a fan of Kix, he is also a fan of Celeste, the owl, who first appeared in Animal Crossing Wild World in the Nintendo DS, and she actually helped you make constellations and chart them out in the night sky. Nowadays, she gives Zodiac-themed items on your island at night, and helps you pick up the shooting stars, always kind of heralds that in. So, of course, we had to give her something celestial-themed. She is Celeste, after all. And, yeah, man, can't get enough of these star fragment-inspired pieces of furniture, something that we really enjoy and put in a few different homes that we've decorated for. But, as you can see, she's cooking. There are animations for cooking now, which I think is awesome. You flip, you saute those peppers. Oh, you're back. Thanks for your work, Lee. Hello, hello, Lee. Tom Nook has come in to check in on us, but we've got a surprise for him. Lottie caught me up on everything happening here. Yes, yes. You've been working hard creating lots of vacation homes, Not too hard. Lee is so helpful. Oh, if only they could live here and work for me full time. And we saw fit to then decorate for Tom Nook, the man himself. He needs a break, and so I wanted to take my second to last home and decorate for Tom Nook. He's a very busy CEO, so he needs somebody else to do all of the planning and decorating for him. And so, we did so. I wanted to give him a nice cabin retreat out in the woods around the fall and autumn. The Fautumn leaves. That's the new season that I just coined. Sometimes it's hard to breathe when I do a single 50-minute take of narrating these videos, I will say. But yeah, I'm really proud of Tom Nook's interior. I think it all came together quite well. He can play his Ring Fit Adventure. He's got his retro TV. He really likes the CRTs. And he's got a home office in case he needs to do some work. And then, of course, he has the Nintendo Switch that has him and his nephews imprinted right on top of it. So, very homey. You got your groceries, your kitchen. I think it all kind of goes together really nicely. But we weren't done with our main characters. Digby has been missed sorely in New Horizons. Colton really loves Digby, wanted to bring him back. And you can't have Isabelle without Digby. They're twins. Alright, so we brought Digby here, and he says hello to Lottie. They're still in love, they're madly in love, but we gave him a little farm escape situation out here. This is the last home that Colton designed just earlier this month in December 2021, and if you look closely, Digby's got a little hoe. He's poking around the dirt. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. And then on the inside, we went for some country living over here. And the nice thing about the VIP characters is that you can actually make the theme for them yourself. They don't have any special requests like the other villagers do. So that's what we did. We just kind of made it up as we went along for these extra special characters. But I think Digby would enjoy this kind of homey retreat. And then, of course, we had to end off with Isabelle, the girl herself, for our 30th vacation home. A vacation home isn't something I've ever considered before. I work 24/7. I'm having a hard time picturing it. Really? You'll help me come up with ideas for it? This sounds lovely. I can't wait to hear more. And so I did. was very passionate about giving Isabelle a good time off. I fell in love with Isabelle instantly in 2013 when New Leaf came out, and we get to treat her right. But yeah, I kind of had a different kind of picture for her, kind of like a hippie vacation aesthetic. She's basically like one of Charlie Manson's girls. She's just living it up. She got the groovy wall. She got the palm trees. She's got some gyroids. She's into some weird shit, but she also needs to be able to do her laundry, needs to be able to take a nice bath, have a kitchen, have her coral-colored Nintendo Switch Lite, cherry smoothie, margarita pizza, and popsicles. Oh, this was a cozy one. It's one of my favorites that I ended off here designing for Isabelle. And then outdoors, she's a simple woman. She just needs a small island, a little beach, and the wide open horizon. And I think Lee himself has deserved quite the break. But we actually weren't quite done yet. Our last facility was the apparel shop on Main Street. So Colton went ahead and decorated the crap out of this. You can actually buy clothing after it's all done from the apparel shop, and he was very passionate about mixing a lot of different colors together, and I think it works quite well. And you got a lot of storage space over to the left, the mannequins over to the right in the middle, and it is a great place. And Ione was just the perfect manager for this apparel shop, so we promoted her to that position in charge of feral fashion. We did it! We finished all work on feral fashion, and that means we finished the development plan for the island. It's been so much hard work, but just think of how many folks will enjoy visiting here. Alright, we need to hear from the person in charge of decorating feral fashion. Lee, a few words? I'm saying some words! And then, spoilers, but at the end of Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise, you get a concert, a special VIP show, courtesy of DJ KK himself. And the music, as expected, it slaps. It does slap. So, I'm just going to let you guys listen as you are toured through a little bit of a scrapbook of all of the designs that we've done over the past 2 months in Happy Home Paradise. Enjoy. Wow, way to rub elbows with the stars, Wardle. Well, anyway, I'm glad the event turned out to be so cool. It really did, didn't it? But that doesn't mean we're done with our design work. We need to keep making vacation home plots exciting and keep bringing smiles to paradise. Yahoo! And we're showing off a little bit more of the dancing because all of the homes and the pictures don't fit in the first line of the credits. So we're going to show off a little bit more of the dancing with DJ KK just because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience and we want to share it all with you. Time to groove with all of the visitors on the beach. And another unlock for Happy Home Paradise was 10 different emotes, all of which are different dance moves, including the Island Stomp, the Airplane, and several others. But yeah, I think it was really good that we timed it to have the DJ KK concert at twilight. Really made for a nice backdrop. I'm glad that we got to experience that and experience Bubbles. Very excellent. Soak it in. Soak it in. Definitely up to probably 40 hours or so was put into the decorating between me and Colton. So thank you, Colton, for decorating with me. I think we did a lot of awesome stuff together, and I'm really proud of how it all turned out and to have the chance to be able to share it in this video portfolio with everyone who watches. A nice little holiday present for everybody to enjoy. Then you get some gifts. If you do design homes for VIP animals, you get their pictures, as I have Tom Nook and Isabel, and I gave the ones for Celeste and Digby to Colton. But yeah, and then we have our group photo of Nico, Lottie, and Wardle as well. And I've got a cozy home that I am rocking for the holidays. And to end off this video of Our New Horizons, we're going to check out our Happy Home Paradise app, and we're going to show you the pictures of everything that we've made. We've taken all of these pictures. Here's our facilities: Paradise Planning, Chapman High School, the Midnight Prowl, our restaurant, Lee's Place, our cafe, and then opened on December 16th, Owl's Heart Hospital, and then opened on December 19th, the Feral Fashion Apparel Shop. And then it's time to show off the 30 vacation homes that we decorated. So as the past self of myself, as I tore you through all of these awesome pictures that we were able to take, I just want to thank you again for watching. Our New Horizons is a really fun passion project that stemmed out of the enjoyment of Animal Crossing, but also the pandemic kind of restricting what I could film in 2020. And now, over the course of 2 years, it's exploded into really a huge project because it takes a long time to put these videos together, but it's so very worth it. and getting to scrapbook Animal Crossing, which is a vicarious way to share our lives, I think has been a lot of fun. So again, thank you for watching. We actually have one more vlog headed to the channel for the year 2021 to celebrate the holidays. Hope you're looking forward to that as well. And again, if you haven't turned on Animal Crossing New Horizons, please do so. It is a lot of fun. But yeah, as my character Lee bids you farewell from his island home of True North, please enjoy the holidays and the end of the year with family and friends, and cozy up next to the holiday tree. And if you have snow, enjoy it. Thank you all again for watching.